All right, guys, breaking news out of Brooklyn. The Nets have signed Hall of Fame point guard Steve Nash to a 4-year deal to become the next head coach of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Since retiring, Nash worked with KD and the Warriors as a consultant for their finals runs, but hasn't done any official coaching. Gotta say, when I saw this breaking news, I had to reread it a couple times. Shannon, what do you think? What do you make of this hire?
They're hoping they get the same results that the Golden State Warriors got, Skip. I think that's what they're going for. As Jenny mentioned in the read, he was a consultant with the Warriors. It's reported that he has a great relationship with Kevin Durant. He also played with the general manager of the Brooklyn Nets, Sean Marks. So given that...
In Phoenix.
So, Skip, for me, the thing that I'm starting to see about basketball, yeah, you need to know X's and O's. But when you have great players and multiple on one team, it's about managing egos. It's about managing personalities. I'm not so sure that Phil Jackson is the greatest X and O coach. But how do you manage Shaq and Kobe? How do you manage Michael and Scottie? And how do you get Michael, even though he's so dominant, to get him to understand, okay, Michael, yeah, you're the best, but you can't just suppress everybody. You got to hear him out, and you got to listen to him sometimes. You got to trust him. That's what it's about, Skip. And so you see him at Golden State. Steph is the top dog. Get KD coming in there and like, okay, guys, yeah, it's Steph. KD's the best player, but Steph is still your team. Hey, we need you, Clay, to guard the best guy on the other team, but you still need to give us your 20. So I believe that's probably the main reason that he was able to get this job. Kevin Durant signed off on this. Because guess what? You got two alpha dogs. You got two dogs in there. You got Kyrie and you got KD. And so you got to, and then now, Karis LeVert said, guys, y'all see what I did down the stretch? You see what I did in the playoffs? I need some minutes. And Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris. So you're going to have to manage all.
Dinwiddie wasn't even there.
Right. But he had a 50-point game. So all these guys, you're going to have to manage all these guys. You're going to have to divvy up the minute. Somebody's going to have to go to the bench. Somebody's going to have to be accepting of that role going to the bench. I'm surprised, I'm shocked, just like everybody else, that he got this job. But I kind of like this pick. I like it. I like the hire.
I'm sorry, I would have liked Ty Lue more.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand what went on behind the scenes about Ty Lue. It just seems so obvious. He's made to coach this team. The experience he's had with star power, superstar
Well, maybe
power.
KD hold that against him, that he coached LeBron James.
It's possible, and I thought about that. I don't know that for a fact, but maybe. But Ty Lue coached LeBron James. Ty Lue is helping coach stars, obviously.
Kawhi, Paul George.
Yep.
Played with Kobe and Shaq.
And he's a Doc protege. He's been with Doc a long time.
Right.
And Doc is the best. And Ty Lue is right there. And Ty Lue needed a little break away from sitting in that head coach seat. And I think he'd be rejuvenated and he'd be really good with KD and Kyrie. But clearly they said no.
Right.
They made this hire. You know it, and I know it.
Yes.
This was their directive. Oh, maybe Sean Marks presented this, but KD clicked with Steve. He worked closely with him, individual workouts. You see the video that we've been showing, shooting workouts.
Right.
What do we know about Steve Nash as a player? Well, all he did is win back-to-back MVPs. I did not think he deserved the second one. I thought Shaq did, but still, little Steve, he's actually about 6'3", but he played small. He was the center of that universe in Phoenix, the D'Antoni universe, and they would spread the floor, and he would go in the middle and create all kinds of extraordinary shots because he's got basketball genius about him. He had one of the great handles in the game, and he had some of the best vision in the game. And they used to tell me stories about what a great leader he was because every night off on the road, he tried to get everybody together for team dinners. So Sean Marks would know he's got leadership genes in him. Okay. And he's coached how? No, he's coached zero. He hasn't coached in the G League or college basketball or anywhere. He's not coached. He's a soccer analyst at this moment. Now he's got a new job. Again, soccer is his favorite sport out of Vancouver. So all I know is, to your point, Steve Kerr had no coaching experience, and he did pretty well. I think. So I'm not going to condemn this. I'll even give it I'm good with it.
Did Pop have any coaching experience before he got to San Antonio?
He was the GM first.
Right. I don't even know if Pop had coaching experience.
I think he coached in college.
Okay.
At lower levels.
Right. But clearly, Skip, they saw what happened in Golden State.
Yep.
We took a job because, if I'm not mistaken, Steve Nash was an analyst at TNT. So they're like, you know what? This might work out. We might can find lightning might strike twice. He was in Golden State. He knows the inner workings. He's very innovative. Offense, they want to push the pace, get up and down, spread the floor. He has a great relationship with Kevin Durant. Sean Marks knows him. They have a personal relationship because he played with Steve Nash in Phoenix. I mean, Skip, when you really get down to it and look at all the components, it makes sense. Of all the coaches that could possibly be out there. So I guess now that Pop, because Pop did put his house up, I guess he's moving to a bigger house. Because, every time.
Well, it's not to New Jersey.
Right.
I'm sorry, to Brooklyn. Yeah.
With Skip, he put, Pop's house. I told you he was taking a Brooklyn job. Maybe you want a different house. Maybe downsize it.
Maybe. It's way too big for one guy.
So, but for me, Skip, when you look at this, Skip, and just look at it, okay, it makes sense. I mean, he has a relationship with KD. Obviously, KD is the best player. You're going to bounce you're bouncing everything off KD. If you hire a new physical therapist, you hire somebody to pump up the balls or somebody to wash the clothes, it's going by KD first.
You know what? I think it goes by Kyrie first because it seems to me, from a distance, and yet I've heard this from behind the scenes,
Right.
KD does what Kyrie does. He sort of goes along with Kyrie.
Right.
Kyrie said, let's go to Brooklyn. Okay, let's go to Brooklyn.
Well, Skip, KD is more like, I just want to play basketball. All the other leader stuff, because if you look at OKC, it was Russ.
Yeah.
You go to Golden State, it was Steph. So I can see that it being Kyrie, he just wants to play basketball. He ain't all that rah, lead me, follow me. Hey, guys, this is what we got to do. Kevin Durant said, toss it up.
That's true. I would agree.
Just toss it up.
Kyrie is outspoken on all fronts.
Yes.
He's always got a big opinion about whatever is in the news. Not Kevin.
They ran it by KD. KD knew about this one.
Well,
KD
obviously, and Kyrie they had to sign on.
Right.
It might have been their idea to start with.
Right.
That's all.
I'm surprised KD didn't put that out there from his burner account. I believe Steve Nash going to be the next head coach of Brooklyn.
Maybe.
Like, man, somebody playing game. He got that, ain't got no picture up there, Skip, just that blank profile.
If you put it out on a burner, nobody would have believed it. They would have laughed at it.
Exactly. Just like when he be roasting people, ain't nobody believing it's him behind that empty screen.
All I know, this team isn't just lightning in a bottle. It's like a tsunami in a bottle because after what I saw Brooklyn do with Jacques Vaughn, by the way, Jacques Vaughn knows how to coach, and he's going to be the lead assistant.
The highest paid assistant.
And at least Steve can turn to him when it gets to X's and O's strategy.
Right.
Who should I sub? Obviously Jacques will say, hey, he's got 4 fouls. Maybe Steve's not thinking along those lines.
And the thing is, Skip, is that you remember Steve Nash first year, they won the title. So Brooklyn make the playoffs.
Hey, they are loaded.
They are.
They got obviously 2 of the, you could argue, top 10 players.
Well, they definitely got 2 of the top 5. I believe they got 2 of the top 5 players in the East.
Yep.
They got number 1, and whether you want to rank Kyrie, I mean, Jason Tatum coming and Giannis. We don't know how much longer Giannis going to be in the East, but that's...
Karis LeVert looked like a star to me.
Yeah.
And Dinwiddie has had star moments.
Right.
And
but you can't keep all of them, Skip. You're going to have to move somebody. Because you want to re-sign Joe Harris, who's going to get a premium. You got Kyrie and KD on max contracts.
Yep.
So they're going to pay.
I already told you during the playoffs, I said, this team, when those 2 come back, this is the favorite next year in the East.
Yeah. So, man, y'all better load up. You better win. Yep. But we got something brewing. We ain't worried about next year. Yeah. We got something. We brewing this thing tonight.
So it's going to be Clippers-Nets in next year's finals, right? Clippers-Nets. Yeah, that's it.
Because they won't be in this year's finals. Your day coming.
Well,
your day coming. You all the key. I know you.
Okay. Funny.
We're already going next year. Let's just.
Exactly.
I'm still processing.